talk about movies.
Hey, everybody. We're recording. Okay, so let's talk about your negative perception of CompTia, because for some of y'all, I feel really bad for you. Like, sometimes we get comments where like, I got my CompTia, it's a scam. And I'm like, oh man, this person has been burned, you know? I feel bad, like my heart aches. I'm like, man, this person went through all that and they're not using it. Like, that's sad. They don't know the right people. They don't know the right path. So we need to talk about it. Now, Michelle's CompTia. I am not, but I do know the value of it because I get calls for people looking for people, hiring for people with CompTia, just like Michelle does. So, Michelle, you want to address those naysayers and people that are like, I'm giving you a thumbs down because I've seen the title CompTia in there, and you didn't even watch our video.
Okay, but check this out. Now, you can work in the industry without the CompTia A+, but that means that people will pay you less because you don't have that standard. The CompTia A+ is the standard for technicians working in IT. That's the standard. Now, I've had a lot of people that have come to me that have CCNAs and SysOps, but they had to come back and take the CompTia or had to come and take the hardware part because they didn't have that. Because it's one of those things, it's a prerequisite for a lot of these different vendor certifications. If you want to be or do warranty work, especially for Dell, HP, IBM, Lenovo, Toshiba, and other makers, Asus, you have to have the CompTia A+ to do warranty work. Warranty work means that you make more money. Now, of course, like anything else, can you fix a computer without having a CompTia A+? Absolutely. Of course you can. But you'll get more money because people recognize that.
Right.
This
it's
is
like
an industry standard.
Industry standard, and it encompasses phones and computers.
That is
correct.
correct.
A lot of things, and it's just like WISE to the cell phone industry. We are now WISE, the only school in the United States that is WISE, able to facilitate the WISE certifications, okay, which is a big deal in the phone industry. If you become WISE certified, now the certificate, you also, customers love it because it certifies that you actually are working to a standard. But also when you go to get a job and you have your WISE certification, they're much more to pay you more and hire you above anybody else because you have that. It's the same thing with the CompTia, but the CompTia is a much bigger program than the WISE program.
Think about this. Literally, by 2025, there'll be 25 billion devices to be repaired in the world. There are only 1 million, and that's just recent, as of in the last couple of years, 1 million CompTia A+ technicians to fix all these devices. Now, every time I have an employer call me, the first thing they ask me, does your student have the CompTia A+ yet? And they're like, we can hire them without it, but we're only going to pay this much. If they have it, we're going to pay them this much. And it jumps your resume to the front of the line. Also, CompTia A+, that industry standard, is good when people come to see you because it's recognized. That means you took the time to practice the ISO, the industry standard, for what is the correct procedure in repair. Now, here's the deal. I've been CompTia A+ certified since 2004. What that has allowed is Nicole does WISE. I do computers. We have a commercial contract. We have Dell. CompTia A+ is a prerequisite to get any Dell OEM certification. We couldn't have got the contract without one of us being CompTia A+ certified.
Right. We have very large contracts.
So if you think about that portion of it.
If Michelle did not have that, I don't even know that we would have got the contract.
And so that's all we're saying. We're not saying that you have to get it. We're telling you if you want to, number one, service on that level. Number two, make more money. That's why it's important. But do you have to have it?
Absolutely
No,
not.
absolutely
It's your
not.
choice. It's
your choice. But for me, my money's on CompTia. When I worked in corporate America and I went to work for a company, I had the CompTia. They had to respect me, And they had to pay me because I had the industry standard. So I could ask for that 25, 27, 30, 40, 50,000. Whatever I'm asking, if they want
That's for
me,
a contract,
right.
not we're not talking a year.
Yeah.
I just want to throw that in there.
No.
Sometimes we're getting 10, 15 grand a week.
Yeah,
you know, so.
But if they want my services, they have to pay for the knowledge. And CompTia tells everybody that you have the knowledge.
And you have to have time, too, behind that. So you get your CompTia, then you have time. It isn't like you just get that and all of a sudden you're making all these big bucks. Just like Michelle, she invested all this time in herself and grew and invested in herself, just like me, myself. You know, this is just one more thing to add, but you absolutely don't have to have it, and we're not saying that, and we're not just shoving CompTia down people's throat. We want to set you up for the best possible way to make money. That's what we do here. And so for those of you that are like so anti-CompTia, I beg you to, you know, or I challenge you, really rethink about that.
Well, the other part of it is you have people that test very well, and they can take the CompTia A+ test and test and have a CompTia A+. Your CompTia A+ without your hands-on experience does not work very well. You need them both. It's like a marriage. You need two pieces. So you need that hands-on experience, and the CompTia A+ is the complement to that.
Yeah, and because also the manufacturer's certificates that you have.
The prerequisite is to have the CompTia. I could not get my OEM certifications, and I hold quite a few of them. Dell, HP, Toshiba,
we get
Xerox.
Thousands of devices a month.
So
we couldn't have got those contracts without her having that and helping with the process. I mean, she knew things and understood things and had been in facilities and, you know, helped bring that whole program together. I mean, it's so important. So I hope this can kind of shed a light on why we perceive CompTia to be a good option. And for those of you that look at us as if we are, gaslighting people or something, I don't know. I really just hope that you can just take a minute and understand where we're coming from. We understand that you may have CompTia and you may feel like you didn't get to use it or something. You really need to look into how you can use it, and just don't be so negative about it, because there are people like Michelle all over the country that are making really good money, and they can attribute part of that to the CompTia and making sure that they have all their certifications.
Absolutely. Certifications are how you grow, and whether you start, and we got to remember, the CompTia A+ is the starting point. You go from there to Net Plus, Security Plus, CCNA, CCIE. The choice and the road and the journey is yours. All we want is the best experience for you, and part of that best experience is making sure that you have the certifications that work for you.
That's right.
I'm Michelle with CellBotics. This is my partner, Nicole Russell. Have a good day, have fun, and we'll see you in class real soon.
All right, bye everybody.